What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. We're gonna go on an adventure today, and we're gonna be announcing something at some point in this video in regards to SEMA. And this might be the earliest SEMA announcement we have ever made. And speaking of SEMA, we got a SEMA vehicle right here.
Broken again.
Broken,
gone, broken.
We're about to go on a road trip, and I was like, Daddy, you should get up underneath this thing and number one, grease her up, and then you know, it always helps to do an inspection. And well, what did we find?
Within like the first thing I looked at. So if you look over here, you know, you got these really nice, you know, fully welded lower control arms. They're nice, all right? And if you see, you've got these like ball joints, whatever. They look cool, they look nice, they're loud, noisy, sound horrible. But that's not what we're talking about here. Over here though, you're supposed to have more ball joint on the bottom than you are on the top. And also, why is it loose? Oh dude, it is like, oh. Here, give me 1 second. I'll be able to show you, like.
I think it's broken.
Oh, no, yeah, it's completely broken. It is completely. Oh, no, there's a bolt all the way at the top, yeah. So, there's supposed to be like a C-clip or retaining ring that holds that ball joint in that lower control arm, but it's not. So, currently, what's happening is this coilover is shoving this lower control arm into his, God, words, you know, whenever you gotta talk like this. Spindle, whatever you want to call it. Somebody will correct me down in the comments. And it's actually like grinding and eating into it because this is getting forcefully pushed down from the coilovers. And the whole weight of the Bronco is actually just basically sitting here and rubbing metal to metal. So this thing ain't going anywhere again.
I think I'm going back to like lifted trucks. No more off-road vehicles.
Yeah, and you get that false sense of security and you go mobbing down your road that is just like the worst on suspension. So with that false sense of security, you're like, oh, I'm fine. You're just, at least with a lifted truck, you're like, oh, gotta go slow, take my time, you know, be careful.
Well,
do I finish the inspection or do we just stop right there?
Well, I mean, you know, put a little grease right there.
You want me to fill that in for you?
Yeah, fill it in with some grease. We're gonna call Baja Kits and we're gonna order up some replacement parts. All right, y'all, so we are on our way to go pick up, we're gonna take the Dmaxryno Tahoe. We are not taking this thing today.
I'm scared now.
Derek talked to Baja Kits. They are totally on board with like, let's just get this whole front end rebuilt. I mean, you guys see my road. I'm not gentle to this thing. We got almost 60,000 miles on it, and probably 40 of those have been aftermarket miles. You hold on tight, brother?
Dude, I heard this roll cage is built with like Chinese metal.
Dude, it's a plastic roof. We're screwed if this thing goes over. Yeah.
The metal behind this?
We might as well just take it off and we can at least climb out.
Your back seat's so much higher because I'm way closer to the roof now. I'm getting smoked.
Yeah, we're gonna use your head as our standoff. All right, so we've got the Tahoe warmed up, ready to go. Let's see, how many miles are on this thing now? 90, just under 9,200 miles. You more comfortable in there? Got some captain chairs.
I'm so happy I sabotaged your Bronco that long ago, just for this one moment.
There you go.
Little up. What? Just tap up. You're on my knees.
You don't need those.
Perfect.
You don't need those where we're going. What'd you get?
Don't put this on camera.
What'd you get, buddy? What do we see?
Got me a scratcher.
Oh, okay. The other day I won 200 because Chris brought all the losing ones and was like, you should go buy the next one. It's gonna win because I bought all the losing ones and I won 200 on one of these. $40. Let's see, buddy. Also, yes, no, he does not play the game. The man gets no satisfaction in playing the game. No. It's all about the number at the end.
Crackhead.
No, you think the app would just be permanently open on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
He just scrolls up and he like scrolls 2 over. Boop.
Yo. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, we got our money back.
What'd you get?
My money back. 40.
Oh, hey man, it's better than losing.
You go back in?
Yeah, you gotta run it back.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want? You want same? You don't want same thing, right?
Yeah, I do.
Same thing? You're trying to go for the back-to-back.
Yeah. All right, round number 2. Round number 2. All right, what do we got? We're going live. He let us watch this stuff. He shakes a little bit.
Yeah. Get the shaky hand.
Gosh. Error. We didn't lose. Let me help you out here a little bit. What?
Don't worry, guys. We still have our youth. We still have our youth.
Sorry, buddy. We don't. Alrighty, y'all. After a little jaunt, we have arrived at our destination, which you may notice and recognize the name right there on that truck. We are at Hoppos, the homie Alex and Art. Obviously, if you guys don't know, they make the best of the best when it comes to anything lowrider, hydraulics, air ride, all of that. And we are picking up some parts today. Well, they did Derek a huge favor on these parts.
Alex's truck looks like her.
What's it?
Everywhere.
It's a working man's truck right here.
No, he's got a Makita light back here. And
kind of wet.
What do you see, Chris? What do you see?
A lot of stuff.
What's up, big dog? How are you? Good, how you doing?
One hell of an operation.
Is this a freshie?
Dude, actually, that's like probably like 10 years old.
10 years old?
It's like 10 years old. The customer kind of ran into some issues.
Okay.
So we put it aside for him. But like probably 6 months ago, he came back and he was like, "Hey, I'm ready to hit it. Let's do it."
Damn, you've been holding it on for that long?
We did, yeah. I mean, it's a nice piece, dude. So it's kind
Well, I was
of.
gonna say I was gonna make it real. You know, I was gonna try to take this.
So.
Oh yeah. We got.
Oh, dude, I'm official.
They got it like a week after they left for SEMA.
Oh, I'm official now.
Look at this guy.
Dude. Oh, with the name, dude. I don't even have that for the shop. Shit.
There you go.
Oh yeah, dude. Thank you guys.
Yeah, of course, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't remember what size I had it made in, so I hope it fits.
Alex, is this another customer's? Because I remember when y'all first made your first like stacked tank.
Yeah. So this is actually sitting in the Peterson right now.
Okay.
So this is a 3-time lower of the year hydraulic setup. This one we prototyped because we were on such a tight deadline.
This looks like tight deadline right here.
No, dude, this was like a tight deadline to where we couldn't test and like go to Texas and build it.
Gotcha.
And then if something happened, we're in Texas. Like all the machines are here, so we built 2 of them, one here, and then we took one with us to make sure everything was good. So this is like the original prototype.
How many machine hours? If we had to guess.
Yes, all of it.
And then they gored out the whole center, 2-piece, grooved it with the O-ring. So everything on here is made except for the bolts and the O-ring. The O-ring we bought, but it's a custom O-ring.
I mean, speaking of machines, can we go see? I mean, we haven't been up here since you've had a lot of new machinery brought in.
This is my first time ever here.
Oh,
Yeah, I've never been up here before.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you.
So filming's gonna be a nightmare in here.
It's a little loud, but
It's loud,
it's
dude.
okay.
It's really loud.
We'll survive.
All right. All of our shipping side. So I normally have like 2-3 guys. They're out picking parts right now, but here's just like inventory up, and then the machine shop side here.
Uh-oh, watch out. Dedek's already eyeballing.
I got my hands in my armpits for a reason. I'm not touching that. I'm just looking. I love it.
Luckily everything's heavy, so he can't just run out real quick, you know?
You very much
He's a little pack mule. You guys got metal detectors going through the door?
This one's not running right now, waiting for material, but this one's got all of our backing plates, block. Both of them pretty much do the same thing, just back and forth. So we stay on this item pretty much every single day. We run nonstop.
These?
Yeah.
Yeah, the chip collection.
Gotcha.
Chipment.
That's insane. So I think last time we were here, there was maybe 4 machines here or so?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We probably had 6.
Okay.
I think there's 14 now?
See.
Something like that. I don't know. I lose track now. That one's doing all of our air tanks. So the ones you guys saw on Freddy's truck.
Yep.
That's actually just running it right now. Heavy duty carrier bearings for Impala. Solid billet, fully rebuildable. Yeah, some more of the air tank stuff.
And then what are your sizes in these?
So right now we only have a 5, but we are talking about shrinking them down because of instances like yours. So I think we're gonna go do like a 3-gallon.
Okay.
And possibly shrink even this down to do one more size. The problem is like, surprisingly, as you go smaller, the material gets more expensive.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird. It's already an expensive tank as it is. I'm trying to keep it, you know, the price point kind of where it's at.
Yeah. What is the price point on the 5-gallon?
I think this one is $6.99.
That's not bad. I mean, look how much billet's sitting right here.
Getting and the amount of hours in the machine work and everything.
Yeah.
$6.99, solid billet. The rods are stainless as you ran across.
Yeah, these things are hard. Those are hard.
We overbuilt the crap out of it just because.
Absolutely. I tried to drill and tap one and I went, nope,
No.
I'm
By hand?
It's just absolutely not possible.
Hey, can you make me some lower arms for my Bronco?
That's them right there. So right here they're just doing some knobs. So it's pretty much this guy right here. It's a little knob.
Gotcha.
One of these guys finished. They'll say Hoppos here. So
I mean, how much machine time's in one of these?
Uh,
just this little part right here.
Just this one, probably about 45 minutes.
Jeez.
Just this one. Obviously, that's after we've already done 1,000 of these. So it's like, it's dialed in now. But
Yeah,
it's
if you
like, there's
wanted
like
to
2
do
off.
just one, that's horrible.
Solid billet. It's heavy.
Yeah, I like this.
So that's pretty much like off-road world mixed with lowrider world.
I like it.
You know, has the clamping here for the Heim. Same thing here.
It's a little wider for the Bronco.
A little wider.
Carrying on our tour over here, I feel like this is newer.
Yeah, I think from the last time you were here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if this one was here or not. It might have been.
I don't know.
But we like rearranged some too. So that one's actually a newer one, but we took some of our older ones and put them on the backside.
Well, I remember last time we were here, it felt like you were full. And then over the next like 2 years, I kept seeing more machines on your Instagram showing up, and I'm like, there's no way they got them in here, but y'all got them in here.
We got them in here. It's like a process. Like we gotta take everything out just to move it in, but we're still trying to squeeze a few more. Oh yeah, misalignments.
Making your own misalignment spacers, that's cool.
Yeah, we used to buy them. We used to do all the FK ones, but when you're doing like 3 to 500, like it was a lot. So we're like, we'll just make our own.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, again, but pretty much everything you could want in the lowrider world, they manufacture, from what I've seen and heard and from the industry. I mean, y'all are the top of the top when it comes to this kind of stuff.
I mean, we definitely put our heart into it, so.
Y'all live it. Your pops is an OG in the game.
Hall of Famer now.
I saw that, yeah, dude, 2024 lowrider Hall of Fame. That's sick. Started in his garage, and then we're all the way to here now.
36 years later, going on 37 now, so.
That's insane. So, I mean, you can see the quality of manufacturing and the fact that not only do they make it here, you guys put it on your own vehicles, you build your own custom vehicles, you take the 1 or 2 random super high-end builds a year that you build out of your shop.
Yeah, we got a few of those here. I'll show you those. I'll show you those.
In terms of like, you know, there's like the off-road world, there's the custom show truck world, and there's like top tiers of parts. You really can't get better for off the shelf, but also being custom and crazy and badass as you guys.
We offer both. We offer like click and buy directly off the website. Then also if you want like that crazy lower of the year, you know, top 3 car, then obviously we could build that for you too.
Yeah, take a couple mortgages out and
yeah, a few. Right now things are getting crazy, man.
Well, a good thing with y'all is looks manufactured in America.
Yes, but the trick is, even though the material's still U.S., all the minerals still come from.
Gotcha.
So there's still a tariff charge on material now, even though it's still manufactured, forged, and everything in U.S.
Right.
So we're getting that increase.
So buy now.
Yeah. So yeah, a ball goes in there, and this is actually for our cylinder.
Nice.
So same thing as a uniball, like on the trucks. Before they get mad at me. Put it
see
back
that fit though? You guys see that fit? Insane the amount of parts that come out of this place.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, you're a big operation in our eyes, but in like the manufacturing world, you guys are like a small homegrown operation.
Yeah, we're small compared to like manufacturing side, like stuff. But in our world, I think we have the most machines, if not probably the biggest in machining. I mean, it's cool because we didn't know about any of this stuff. You know, we bought it. We're like, well, let's figure it out.
It's impressive what y'all, I mean, over the years, Alex has helped us out with some parts. In fact, the original work for it hitches Alex made. Yeah. And obviously he's a little too busy for that these days.
It's actually a lot easier now.
I was gonna say, we got a robot welder and the laser cutter.
We can laser tube everything and drop it right in and weld itself.
All right, we'll talk after this video. We got extra room in that corner over there for some work for hitches.
As long as you don't hit me with the 5 days like you used to.
I'm still not good at scheduling, Alex.
Like, 5 days and I'm like rushing. And then 3 weeks later he picks them up. I'm like, dude, I don't want to open it, it'll get splashed, but we're running 6 blocks at a time right here. Each one has a station, so it goes from left side. It'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every time the door opens, one comes off.
Gotcha. It's always amazing to me, and clearly I don't do CNC automated stuff. I don't do any of that, but the fact that like, I get you have jigs and tool holders and all that sitting in there, but the fact that it's always in the same spot, the machine knows where the thing's at.
It's not always. It's supposed to be,
but it is always, it's impressive to me that like to put out the amount of stuff you guys are putting out and the consistency. And it just boggles my mind.
I mean, everything gets checked, like step by step gets checked, everything gets mic'd, then at the final, obviously, we check it. We do batches, like the first 5, 10, we'll check it, and then from there, we'll run.
All right, I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, I mean, those are oops, these are uh-ohs, you know?
How many pounds of recycling do you guys have, like a week or a month?
I want to know what your chip weight is alone.
Every week in steel or mix, I think it's about 7,500 pounds. Aluminum is lighter, obviously, so we hold on to it like every 2. I don't even know the weight on that one. We separate that one. We do solids because we get more for solid, and the other one's considered dirty because the oil touches it. Yeah, we do separate it. It doesn't get you a lot like you think, but it's enough to cover a broken tool or something, you know?
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. And again, so you said Fridays are your cleanup days, which means you haven't done it yet.
Not yet.
But so this is a whole week's worth of work, and it is pretty damn clean in here.
Well, we clean up every day, like chip-wise, but like, you'll see, like, we did wiring this week. So this got left here. Didn't get put away like it should have. So like today we'll put this stuff away, go through, put any like loose tools and stuff like that. We try to. Gotcha. Things get crazy. Sometimes we skip, but we try not to. So now we actually have our older machines over here.
Gotcha.
So these are still doing like blocks. So just a manifold, a Y block.
Okay, okay.
Because it's a slower machine, we put it on like single job, just tapping. Makes it easier.
So that's what our hitch covers were made on.
Yeah, originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I mean now since we've done the laser.
Oh God, dude, this thing's massive.
Like I saw the video, but it did
You got a 2-car garage of a cutter.
Yeah, you check it out.
That is insane.
So it holds a 5x10 on the outside, and then it cuts a 5x10
I
inside.
didn't even realize that was part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shuttle tank.
I just thought you were
Dude,
just throwing
the
a piece of
auto
shit
feeding
in.
table thing is like insane. Dude, look at this thing. This looks like a SEMA booth.
Yeah.
Y'all got a rangefinder to sit down?
No, dude, that's my air conditioner.
Oh.
When it gets really hot when I'm
looks like a
welding, I put it like in my back and blow a little
Oh,
cooler.
that's actually good.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can live in this thing.
So a 5x10 cutting surface plus a 5x10 shuttle. So if I have 2 programs set up, ready to go, my downtime is probably about 35, 45 seconds.
Jeez.
And then I'm swapping cutting the next sheet. While they unload, I can monitor them on the camera, and then we do it all day.
So this is what made the parts we're picking up?
Yeah. Yeah, this one cut everything. Luckily, I mean, your files were good, dude.
Were they?
Yeah.
That's like the first thing I've ever like actually designed like on
I mean,
CAD.
we'll know when you go and fit
Yeah, I was gonna say,
them.
yeah.
But they cut good.
God,
They
like
cut great.
Insane. What do you think, dog? Time for us to build a lowrider?
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta win a lot more at the casino, though.
A lot more.
Alex, he's worse than me, dude. He showed up with drawings in hand to make it right now.
No, all it is one little bend. So 1.5 inches out from that inside edge, just a 15-degree up bend. Which,
Is this a new piece or is this a piece
no,
that's
it's a piece we already have.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's literally just a bend. That's it. If we can do it, great. If not, I was honestly
Yeah, it's $1,000 a bend,
I
same
was
day.
just gonna cut the backside, pull it, and then pump it up. But
Yeah, let's see if we get it straight. If not, we'll throw another sheet up. I mean, it's no simulation of it cutting, but I haven't utilized it where it cuts all the same cut.
So does it create the tool pathing for you?
It does. After you do your program, it'll create the tool path for you, and obviously you could change it, modify it depending on how you want.
So like how efficient is it with that? Like do you find yourself like correcting a bunch of it, or for the most part it's pretty
For the
good?
most part, it's really good. But
Really?
I'm also doing like, in our world, very simplistic stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it's too crazy.
Because I see you have cuts interfering with other cuts. So
Yes.
like obviously you gotta make it efficient to where you make one cut first. 'Cause if you do the second one, it won't be there to make the cut.
Yeah, so this one has 2 different angles on it, so it
Okay.
takes like a real small sliver
Yeah.
out of it, so you'll see it kind of back cut.
Little tiny little start point. That's crazy.
And the only reason I have that is because I'm utilizing the same cut for both,
yeah.
but I'm welding over this, so it doesn't like, for
Oh,
me,
then yeah, it doesn't
interfere.
matter, exactly,
So instead
yeah.
of wasting material,
Yeah,
I just
because normally if
utilize
that's supposed to be a finished end,
I would start on this
you would
side.
have to lose a little bit.
Correct.
Start on that inside, work out, and then make that cut.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, you send it, drop your bungs in there, make a hydraulic tank.
That's awesome.
So it's the same head that does the flat and the...
Yeah, so the head transfers over, you home it, transfer over to this side. This side is the tube cutting side.
Insane, dude.
Little coupons, little cuts.
Need those, dude? Need some washers?
Some will be good, some will be bad.
That is like,
That's cutting with nitrogen.
What's the difference?
The nitrogen cuts cleaner, but
Okay.
it can't go very thick. So,
Gotcha.
And it's actually more expensive too, but it eliminates any like mixture of like when you're cutting with laser, you're still getting like introducing oxygen.
Okay.
So it like eliminate any like porosity that could possibly happen. with
Gotcha.
nitrogen stuff. But again, in our stuff of what we're doing, like most people cut with oxygen still.
That is insane.
Listen,
I need the... Hey, can I pull this on? I need this on my shed.
I know, dude.
I like how compact this one is. My socks aren't high enough to see this bad boy, but yeah, we do. Oh my God, dude. Oh,
my hands are in my pocket.
yeah. Daddy, look, they're like us, dude. They got
Hell
the
yeah.
advanced auto seat covers. Dude, we got some gator skin.
The intentional water spot look, that is crazy. I literally looked at it and was like,
cool.
oh, what is that? And then I realized that's intentional.
That is-
How do you do that?
And mind you, this is I think like a 10+ year build, or old.
Gotcha.
So this is the older build.
Wait, that?
We got the Michoacan license plate. So sick, all the little detail. All right, so we're still not telling you guys exactly what we're doing for SEMA. However, we got some of the parts here. We're gonna get a look at this on-the-fly bend. This is also, you guys got this before the laser cutter, right?
We got this at the same exact time.
Same time?
Yeah, because the laser and this kind of go hand in hand, you know? So
Gotcha.
it is. Big one? I think it will be.
Yeah, we could have done that back home with yeah.
A bison.
It's a hammer.
2 5-pounds.
So we lucked out in the fact that Dedic didn't annotate which bracket was a left and a right, which means they're gonna go cut us a brand new one real quick right now. So we're gonna get to see this laser table in use. So we're loading on just a scrap piece.
Program loads and everything.
All right.
We'll watch it change out right now too, because they'll have to exchange it up for us.
So what does it do? Does it lift it up on the other?
No, so it's actually 2 different heights.
Okay.
So like one will travel under or over.
So we've got Dedic's file loaded up there. Change it. So crazy.
And it tells you exactly where it's at. It runs its path to make sure it doesn't interfere.
That's it, we're done? That quick.
I mean, you'll see like that. This falls off.
Oh, damn.
It's barely even warm.
Yeah, not too bad.
1/4 inch and it's, you can grab it within 30 seconds.
See how they do he just etches it so you get your bed line?
Nice.
That's sick.
I did 2 just in case.
Insane how easy that just, like nothing.
Again, we didn't know how to use any of these machines. We literally bought them with 0 knowledge on them. We're like, let them land. That gives you 30 days to figure it out because that payment's due in 30 days. So you gotta start producing.
All right, continuing our tour over here. So this is another new addition. I mean, you've had it for a minute.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when you first got it, you're like, robot welders. Like, but has that changed?
It has changed. I mean, I like it, but it has to be for production. Like the 1 and 2 pieces, like the time you set up, like just to set up and like dial it in, I wouldn't do it on that. I'll still hand weld. As far as like production stuff, like we have like some tanks here and like cylinders where we're running 200-300 pieces a day on it. It's golden.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have anything to run on it right now, but I can do a dry run. So what that's actually doing is, so you'll see, like this is a screw up, because like you see the weld's too far on that side than this side.
Right.
This is before I set like my little jig. I pretty much just sets in here and I just have this rotating now. So I know like, that's my distance for it. So I do that and I knocked out the other day like 40, 50 and like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Nice. So those are all ready to get welded?
These are ready. So this is one of our side ports. So we'll actually do a side weld here, toss them back in the lathe. We'll smooth it all out using the lathe, and then we'll do a porting here. So the fittings on the side.
That's sick, dude.
But we won't do the porting till after the welding.
Gotcha. So amidst all the insanely cool stuff that we got in there, this is what we are actually here for. Alex is rolling it right out now on the pallet jack. And we're gonna let Dedic explain what the heck's going on here, because this is his mastermind plan. Just go up on the roof.
All because I got bored and just started playing around on my computer, honestly.
Tell us what we got, Dedic. Let's get to there first.
Metal.
So what is
Got
going on? We got a lot of metal.
Sorry.
Or should we hold off and not tell them and make them watch the next video?
That's up to you, doggy. Actually, that's honestly up to you. In editing, I can tell you all about this right now, and it just may not make the video. It's all 1/4 inch stuff. This is that. Have you even talked about the truck, what it's for, who it's for?
No, we have not talked about anything. We just drove up here. We won't tell them what vehicle it's going on.
Drop a comment down below. What is it? What is he building?
So this is actually for a project that we've got going on. I'm not gonna tell you the vehicle yet. I'm gonna wait for Ryan to announce that. But I wanted to build a rear 4-link air ride setup, and all the ones I had seen were either like astronomically priced, like to the point where I can't even fathom like the amount of money that's going towards that, and then the like amount of work that's in it. It just didn't make sense to me. I've always wanted to learn CAD. I've always wanted to learn like the process of like, okay, you have nothing, now you have something. What was everything that it took to get there? And I kind of just jumped right in. I reached out to Alex like months ago and kind of started picking his brain on things. Originally, I designed a shorter 4-link kit, and after discussing with him, he was like, hey man, like if you can design it, like, you know, a true triangulated 4-link is the way to go. Obviously, it didn't work out in the design. There were some interferences, so I went with the next best thing, and that's actually a truck I've always admired, which is the BBB. We've driven that thing everywhere, SEMA, Vegas, and that thing rides like a dream. So I actually took a few designs, or took a few measurements off that, kind of incorporated it into this project, and then this is kind of the design I came up with. So the way this is all gonna kind of work is, this is the rear frame side bracket. It's gonna be kind of weird to like lay out. Oh, Jesus. So here we got the upper bag mount. This is gonna get welded like this, just like that. We're gonna have our bag right there. You're gonna have your lower bag mount right there. And then these are the axle brackets. Mind you, this is the first time I'm even like looking at it. So this is the first time I'm seeing any of this from computer screen to something I can physically hold in my hand. All right, this is gonna be our upper link mount. We're gonna put one just like that, and then vice versa, one just like that. We actually have one of the links in here.
I was wondering, I was like, why is that it? All right, cool, I'll cut it. And this is like one of the few times that I get something from the outside that's like pieced like this. Normally it's like, oh, cut me a logo or cut me, it's pretty simple. So like I was trying to design this in my head.
Yeah, like how the hell is this
what
going
is this? Like trying to think of your thought process.
So my first design that I actually did was my bag mount and my link mount were completely separate of the two. Like the two were not incorporated whatsoever. But the issue I was having with that was my bag mount was just looking like ridiculously tall, because obviously you know what your optimal ride height is for that bag that you're using. You want to operate somewhere within that. For the bags I'm using, it's like 9 to like 10.5 inches. You know, that's a big bag. So you got to use that to factor in all of your heights. You got to, you know, stack all of your thicknesses to get you within that range. And it just wasn't really working out the way I wanted it. So that's when I believe your truck, the BBB, I noticed they incorporate the upper link mount right above your axle tab or whatever you're using to incorporate into it. So your bag mount, that's why they're, you know, cut out like that. It's actually gonna go on top of the axle. Incorporates and captures the upper link, and then that's when your bottom bag right there.
Easy.
So that's how that's gonna work. And then these back plates is just what caps off the back side, and I flared out the tops towards the end just to give that lower back mount a little more support. If you look on the BBB, I don't know, I actually, believe it or not, had to, after I took my initial measurements, I just kept going back in Ryan's videos when they were doing the original install and kind of, you know, referencing what he had going on. His kit's a bolt-on kit for the most part, so it has an upper and a lower that basically clamp together. Now, there's some math going into that because they actually grab their spring, their leaf spring perch. The problem is with that, I didn't know what my end pinion angle was gonna be, so I couldn't really do that. That's just too much math, and I'm not nearly that smart. So I designed a weld-on kit because we're gonna do all this stuff in-house. So we're gonna actually remove that spring perch, get it completely out of the equation. That way we can rotate our axle, determine what our pinion angle is gonna be at regular driving height, and weld it all in, and that's how we're gonna determine that. Makes it a little bit easier in the end. So that's why I don't have the lower link basically indexed with the upper link. So when we go to assemble all of it, there's gonna be some measurements to make sure we're directly in line where we wanna be.
Bigger links to make it easier on your pinion movement too, because the shorter the link, you're gonna pitch harder. So you changing it actually made it easier for yourself.
A lot of things going.
You getting all that? Kid's pretty smart.
And then we've got our track bar. So track bar is actually going to sit like this. You're gonna have your frame side, so that's gonna get welded onto there. There's two plates. Went ahead, honestly, this was probably the biggest challenge designing that, was figuring out how to do bends. Because there's like, I never realized how much math there is into it. Like, I always thought when you make a bend, metal shrinks. It doesn't, it grows. I never knew that. Like, you would think like, okay, well, obviously you're making bends like, yeah, I need to extend it a little bit to still meet the ends. No, it actually grows. So you actually have to figure out, okay, depending on the thickness of the metal, what your bend is, there's an actual like K factor and a bunch of other things that you got to determine that tells you how much you actually need to shorten it on your ends. And then once you add a second bend into it, that just completely changes up the ball game as well. So,
and I didn't know if you're going inside or outside.
Yep.
So I was like, I think it would be outside where it has a nice edge. I'm like, I'm guessing kind of, but it's thin enough to where you could still.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna have to adjust one of these because I don't know if you noticed it, but I kind of reached the max, the max of my abilities with designing that, and I kind of just left it. Which one is it? It's this one right here. So where this one's gonna meet the frame, this angle right here is actually gonna contact before it gets all the way over. So I'll end up just cutting that, but it's gonna get welded. But the other thing is designing is you also gotta figure out, okay, how does it get welded? Because if you just, butt all your ends up, that doesn't make for the strongest weld. So you gotta figure out, okay, now I have to offset that. Well, that changed all your bends again. So there's so much that I learned doing this. I'm already excited to do another one because I've learned so much on this one, but obviously we gotta get through this one first.
We got to make sure this works first. Yeah. This is all. Pull up one of your pages you got in your pocket there.
Oh yeah.
Let's show them what one of these looks like assembled, or just one of the mini pieces here.
Hell, this was a learning experience just to figure out how to make a drawing design. Yeah, the first time I did it, I was like, how do I make any of these come together to make a project design?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what that's gonna look like. So the frame rail is gonna go on the inside of that. You got your upper bag mount with your support brackets up there. You've got kind of your boxed in track bar mount. And then you've got your upper link right there. You can see how those bends are flared out. Just, I think it makes it look cleaner than just having a straight piece. And you can kind of see how that lower link mount is gonna work with that axle tube there. And then, oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the forward mount. So that's kind of our forward mount. I didn't do any type of overlays or anything just because we got to make sure this stuff works. That's a lot of production and making things happen just to be ooh, I got to adjust that design, because any change you make in the design, none of your overlays work anymore.
So again, we're not going to tell you what vehicle this is going on. You guys are just going to have to guess down in the comment section, but this is going to be, I think, pretty cool for the channel. This is the first time we've ever try to build anything from scratch, basically. I mean, obviously a giant help having Alex jump on board and just making all these parts for us, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of phone calls back and forth with Alex through this process, but this is going to be cool. This is, as of now, going to be a SEMA build. Again, we'll have a much more thorough announcement at some point later in this, but look at this. Look at this kid right here with his ADHD. He's already putting the parts together. Derek, we gotta get it in the car, dude.
Pull out the welder.
Yeah, you want to just go weld it?
I was like, dude, I want to weld one of these so bad. Because the gapping was so nice. I was like, dude, this thing's gonna look beautiful.
So with that, we're gonna wrap up, y'all. Again, stay tuned because there's gonna be a lot more videos coming on this. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about truck stuff, so we got some truck stuff coming.
I was gonna say it's gonna be one sick Toro lifted.
I mean,
tell them it's for the mower.
We're gonna have the first Harborfreight powered commercial golf course lawnmower on 40s.
Swapped and lifted.
There you go. There you go. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want that gotta be one to work for. Maybe we'll get some more hitch covers. Maybe. We got a robot welder now. I feel like that's ideal for that.
Yeah, it is.
All right, we'll see. Make sure you guys go check out Alex and Hoppos. What is your YouTube channel?
Hoppos_Alex. And Instagram, same thing, Hoppos_Alex.
Pretty easy. There you go. Again, I mean, Alex chronicles some of these insane builds that just makes what we do look like we're playing with Matchbox cars. I mean, the amount of detail. I mean, you guys have seen some of the SEMA stuff. We've talked through some of their builds. Absolutely insane. So make sure you guys go follow them. Y'all are the best. We're out.
Roll the outro.
Damn. Yeah.